So, welcome to the week 1 game where we've got the Bighorns, who are the Denver Broncos, and we have the Tridents, who are the Tennessee Titans. So, this is a game I'm really excited for. These two teams have got skills that I really like, and it should be an interesting matchup. Also, Tridents, or Titans, are my girlfriend's favourite team, so yeah, should be winning this one for her, hopefully. And Bighorns are also the team that one of my closest friends played with on the previous season, so yeah, very interesting matchup. Okay, so introducing the teams, we have Saffold, who has Block Party, Jones, Simmons. So other than the 37, they've got a very lightweight front line, and then behind that they have got this guy who's a kicker, Derrick Henry, who is an absolute monster. He's got run block, truck and power runner. Ryan Tannehill, and then this guy's got zone defender, and this guy's got catch. Okay, so Bighorns then have also got Block Party. They've got Chubb, Risner. So again, almost identical. They are identical in terms of the O-line and D-line guys. And then we have Crawford, who's got no skills, and Von Miller, who's got rush, driving tackle, and tackler. They've then got this guy who's got Duke and pitch, this guy who's got spin, and this guy's got zone defender. Okay, so need to randomise who's going to be taking the kickoff. Reroll. Okay, so these guys are going to kick off, and they are going to kick off. Just checking. No, we don't have a kicker. It's that team that's got a kicker. So we are going to kick off, and we're going to be taking a deep kickoff. So just roll 1 dice for these guys. 1, that's landed in the end zone, so they're going to take it as a touchback. So we'll start there for the first down. I'm going to put the ball just in front of where I'm going to be setting them up. And then let's put 40 and 44. But let's go with these guys on the line. Then let's put Tannehill, Henry, then let's go like that. I think gives me interesting options. Okay, so to set up against them, let's put the 33 here. Let's go with a 42 and 45. I'm going to try and deny having this guy an easy hit. Of course, they can always do a motion, but then you're using cards. So let's put the 51 up against him. This guy's got rush, so he can invert the difference. It's a bit like doing a swim move to get past an O-lineman. We've then got 5 and 6. I'm going to put the zone defender guy a bit deep, and then that. So let's move him back a little bit because there's no reason not to. Let's go like that. Okay, so then to call a play. So for the Tridents, first of all, this guy's definitely going to have to just motion up, just otherwise he can't do anything. He's been kind of frozen out of the play. So if I'm going to be motioning him, I may as well motion this guy over to this side where I think he's got a bit more running room. So knowing that that's going to be coming, I'm going to go with 37 and 51, then 51 again, 37 again. These two guys are trying to make use of their combos. I mean, I think this guy gives them an option of that throwing game, and Tannehill having play action means, you know, he can do some sort of shenanigans, pretending to hand the ball off to Henry and then actually throwing to this guy. But I think for the most part this team is built around these two players. So then let's finish off the play with 40. Flip that lot, put them over there. Okay, given that this is quite a fast-paced running play, I'm not expecting it to go beyond the first 5 cards, so that 40 probably won't ever get played. So I'm going to start with 33. Just looking for where I'm going to get the easy +3s. Nice +3 there. We'll go back to 33. And then I'm going to go with 68 and 51 again. Okay, and just as I'd said, I'm going to do a motion, so I'm going to throw away 54's cards, move this guy a half move to there, and move this guy to there. In fact, I'll put him there just so that it stops anyone coming through. So snap the ball and flip over the first cards. Got 37 and 33. So I'm going to keep the dice over this side so it's a little easier. Keep the adjustment marker over there because it's not been used, and let's keep that over there. Okay, so roll off, and the 33 wins it. So he is going to, he's already got a +1 for the difference and +1 for this guy, so that'll be +2. But if he steps into here, he's at +3. So let's go for that. Yep, big hit. So any movement I do now, if the following action is using a block, then I will be at additional +2. So I've got a couple of options. This guy can block him at +3. This guy could go for a rush on this guy at +3. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to step 1, 2, 3, and block there at +3. Yep. And step into it, which means this guy can go 1, 2, 3, and that's pressure. So there's 1 and 2 cards gone. Okay, 37 then is still able to move to there for 2 and go for a block on this guy at +3. So let's use their dice. So +3 block. Yep. And free activation. Now, taking the hand off in this situation is now under pressure. So I do need to roll a sport check, which means anything but doubles. I'm good. Okay, so taking the hand off, he's going to go 1, 2. Now ordinarily it'd be 5 to there. However, because he's got power runner, it's only 4, but he also can't then move. So do I want to do that? Well, the other option is running around the outside. I think I'm going to run around the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next cards. 51 and 51. So roll off again. This time the Tridents win it. Move him 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go for the block he's already at +1, so I'm going to throw away 2 cards to make it a +2. Partial success. However, because he's got run block, he can carry on moving for 5. So now we've got 51, who has diving tackle and also driving tackle. So he can come 1, 2, 3. Driving tackle isn't really going to kick in here, because driving tackle pushes you back, but that would only push him here, which isn't obviously beneficial. And tackler only means that you can ignore any negatives that were coming from in negative modifiers, but I've sort of scored from the last game I played. So I think then what he's going to do is just use his adjustment marker to move this guy, and that's 2 times the offense have been pressured. So there's 2 cards gone. And 51 and 33. So roll. So that's 5 and 3. So yeah, I think all he's got available to him is an evens block on this guy, which is a rather risky opportunity. I've just realised I didn't roll, when I rolled the 2 and 3 before for the block, I didn't roll his playmaker die. So that should have meant he was knocked over. So then I'll take that card back into hand. Which actually means now, I think these guys are going to have to read and react. So he would have stood up for his half move. They're going to read and react. And a roll off. They do win it. Okay, so we're back in the same situation we were. There you go. I don't think he can do anything. 37 and 68. So I roll off. That's then 9 and 8. So the 37 wins it. You can step to there and go for a +3 block. And that means that now this guy would be at +2 against this guy. I think that's probably tempting enough. Yeah, +2 block. Okay, and knocks him over, and then 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the free activation is going to be with 44 on 42. I think that's the best I can do. He's at +1 already, and that makes it +2. And then Henry can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so 68 is going to stand up and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Standing up costs you 3 points of movement. So we have 40 and we have 51. So that is 10 and 5. So 51 can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 40 can just move 1, 2 and go for a block there at +1. No, that's a fail. So then this guy can come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's going to be pressure, which is going to mean it's a tackle there. So that was a running play. It went over the first 5 cards. Sorry, it didn't go over the first 5 cards. It got to the 5th round of playing cards. It did end via a tackle, and it did end via the offense running out of cards. And that is one hell of a running play. I think it probably underlines the power of Derrick Henry, at least in this game. Okay. So to set up against them, let's put 42 there. Let's go with 37, denying him anything easy. And then my zone defender guy at the back here. So let's pull out those cards and take back all those 16. Let's pick a play for these guys. I think Tridents are probably going to run this guy into this corner and leave him there as an option, and then can either smash the ball through, maybe try some play action, and then still throw it to Henry. I think when you're on 2nd down and you've only got 5 yards to go to the line, you've got options. So let's go with 37 next. And 63, and then we'll go with 51, 51. Okay, then on the Broncos, let's start with Von Miller. I think he's got a couple of favourable matchups there. So if this guy moves first, he can then choose one of these two and maybe even get in the backfield. And if this guy doesn't go first, then he can just smash him instead. So I'm going to go with 51 twice. Then go with 68, 33. In fact, why not play 33 first? And then let's go with 45. Chances are I'm going to be reading and reacting, but we'll see. Okay, I'm not going to do any motions with either team. So we've got 7 and 33. so that's 10 and 5. So the 7 wins it. I think for the reasons I said, I'm going to make the 33 go first. So he's going to be blocking 40. He's already at +2, so that makes it +3. And that's a full success. No follow-up. And free activation with this guy. Step to there and I'll block him at +3. And that's only a partial. Okay, so free half move with this guy. I'm going to go 2, because then that becomes dangerous. I'm then opening myself up to that. Let's do it anyway. 2, 4, and then with his card 2, 3. Actually, I think I'm better off going this way. So half move is going to be 2, 3, 4, and then with his card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I do end my turn with only one guy on me. Okay, so 51 and 37. Roll off. 4, so that's 9, and 2, so that's 5. So this guy can't quite get there without blocking this guy first. So I think 1, 2, 3. No, he can't. 4, 5 to there, because it's his third diagonal and he's in contact with this guy. So that is then pressure on these guys. There's 1 and 2. And then 37. 37 doesn't have any really easy options. But I'm gonna do something. I think maybe 1, 2, 3. And then 63 and 51. That's a 11 and 6. So that's then 4 and 6. And then 51 is going to go for a tackle, I think it evens. So if I draw 2 cards, I can make it a +1 tackle. And reroll. Oh, actually, no, it is. This guy is ignored because of tackler, so it's actually +2. However, that's still not a success, and with it being doubles, he's knocked over. So this guy, free activation, knowing what I've got coming next, I think I'm going to use the free activation to do a play action using 6, and I'm using 6's turn. He gets a +2 on play, do a handoff, and then call play action. So he's going to put in his card to make it a +3. Yep. So I need to select one of these two, and I'm going to select that it is a real pass. Now this guy can then do a full activation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can't move any further. So 51 and 68. think they read and react to this point. And then roll. So that's then 12 and 11. So I'm going to use the adjustment marker to move this guy to there, and that's then pressure for 2 cards. 1, 2, and then you move this guy to there, and that's then pressure for 2 cards. So 51 has still got the option of going for a block on 72. I'm going to do so with a boost to make it +3, but of course it's -1 because of this guy. So it's plus, oh no, it's already at +3, so ignore those. But then he's already at -1, so +2 overall. That is a touchdown. Henry has bulldozed his way in. So that was a running play, so 3 cubes. It didn't go over the first 5 cards, it didn't end via a tackle. And that is the Tridents' first drive. Grab these 4. And then let's take all these cards back. Okay, so the Tridents are then going to go for the extra 1 point conversion. 11, and that's then 7-0. Okay, and kickoff. They are going to do a deep kickoff. They've got a kicker, so they need to roll a second die. And they're going to choose the 3, which means the ball has landed just there. And then these guys then return the ball, so another 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, for these guys I'm going to set up with the 4s there. This guy doesn't really do a lot in offense, but not a lot of point me having this guy deep either. I think offensively the only skills on this team are Duke and pitch and then spin. Oh, and of course block party, which might be quite useful. Okay, I'm going to set up like so. And for these guys we'll go with 33. Why am I putting? I'm asking to get beaten up if I put a 55 out wide. So let's go like that. Again, he's not got a lot on defense, so him and Von Miller are both quite similar in that regard. And they've both got zone defender guys. Oh, I've still got the 7 back here. I knew I was missing someone. So I'll set up like that. Starting then with Bighorns, I'm going to run this 7 guy down here. Although zone defender being there means it's really not going to be the most favourable matchup for him. I'm going to do similar with, 6, 68, and then maybe get 68 open, and then probably make a run with 6. Okay, with Tridents, let's go with 37, and then with 44, back to 37, and then I'm going to go with these guys out wide, so 54 and 6. And then I'm not going to do any motion with these guys, and I don't think it's worth me doing any with these either. So first cards 37 and 7. So that's 12 and 6. So this guy's won it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 37 is going to go for the block on 45. He's a +2 at the minute, so if I throw in 40's cards twice, then that makes it +3. Only a partial, which means that a free half move for the Bighorns is to move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4. He's almost out of this zone defender range. 68 and 44. So again a roll off. So that's 10 and 7. 44 on 55 is already at +2. I'm going to play his card to make it +3. And that's a partial, but it does cause a knockdown, so I'm going to move him up. And the free half move is, I think, going to be with 51. No, I'm going to go with 33. 1, 2. One, 2 to there. So 68 and 37. That's then a 9 and a 7. So this guy's got the choice of who goes first, and I'm going to make the Bighorns go first. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 37 is going to do nothing, I think. So 6 and 54. So that's then 12 and 9. So this guy's got options. He can either throw to this guy or maybe go for a run. Throwing to this guy will be at -1 because he'll be moving into contact. Going for a run, I've got options over here or options over here. I think I quite like the idea of going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not ideal. 1, 2, 3. And then duke this guy at +3. So when I step to there, he's forced to follow, which means with the free activation, this guy can make a block here, +3, and that's a full success, which means this guy can go 3, 4, 5, 6. So 54 is going to be coming 1, 2, 3, and use my adjustment marker. I don't know what's over there, I've not used it yet. And move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's then pressure. So that's one card gone. 6 and 6. So I'm going to read and react to go to 63. And this guy's won it. So I'm just going to move 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 63. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pressure. So another one card gone. Okay, so picking cards from hand. It's very tempting to go with and carry this play on going. There's a 1 in 6 chance it fumbles though, and do you know what? I'm going to go for the fun play. And these guys are going to go with number 7. The 7 in the Tridents wins it, and he's going to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's then pressure. Okay, so 7 for these guys then, I think it's probably actually a block. And if I throw away 2 cards, I'm then at +3. Oh, sorry, +2. Which is partial, but it's a knockdown. So a free half move is going to be with this guy, 1, 2. So then next cards, I can go with 6, and for this team I'm going to go with 33. So that's 10 and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's pressure. And that's also taken away his blocking opportunity. So 1, 2, 3. So 54 and 55. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand up and then use the adjustment to move this guy 1, 2, 3. So I think I'm running out of options quite fast here. $13 and 5. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pressure. So 45 is going to be making a last ditch attempt at blocking number 44 at +1. It's got +2 from there, -1 from that. Partial success. However, that means that this guy moves in and makes the tackle. So that was a running play. It went over the first 5 cards. It ended via a tackle, and the tackle was caused by the offense running out of cards. So that is the maximum of 6 cards played for that, or 6 cubes played for that play. And that means it brings up the end of the first quarter. So that was again a quarter played in 40 minutes, including the time it took to explain the teams and all of that. So we now have a second down here. And that'll do. And then against that, we are going to go with 33 here, 44, 40, and then have these 2 guys deep. Left quite a big hole open there though, don't like that. But I don't particularly like my options for filling it. I'm going to leave him deep as he's got the zone defender ability. So let's go like so. So these guys are going to play 33 first. I'm going to motion him and then he's within range. So that's 33 and then I'm going to use $51. I'll actually send him deep, try and get him around here. And then back to 33, and we'll see what's going on when 6 is card place. Okay, so against them, let's go with 37. $54. 51. 6 and 7. Okay, so first motion for the Bighorns. I'm going to throw away 2 cards to move 2 guys with a half move. This guy's going to move to here, and this guy is going to step 1, 2 to there. And then in response to that, I think these guys are just going to use 1 card to move him back 1 space. So snap the ball, and first cards 37 and 33. 37 is going to go for a block on 45 at +3. Ooh. Which means 44 can go for a block on 55 at +3. which means 37 can come 1, 2. That's pressure, and it's going to be a tackle attempt at +3. So first of all the pressure, and then secondly a tackle +3. Yep. It's gone from looking like a very successful drive to looking horrible. So that was 2 cubes because it never crossed the line of scrimmage, a 3rd cube because it ended via a tackle. So setting back a little bit deeper this time, where that can happen. It was kind of a freak occurrence, but freak occurrences still happen. And then we got these 2 guys deep. So I guess you'd call this cover 2. Okay, and then we are going to play 7's card first, and then play 7 again. Then I'm going to play 33 and 51 and 6. And against them, let's go with 37 and then 51 and 40, 44, 54. Okay, so I'm going to do a motion with the Broncos, but I'm going to do a motion that might seem a little bit weird. I'm just going to move him up to there. Now, the reason I'm doing it is because if I'd been in this position and I'd seen my opponent always play his 37 first, I'd kind of start to get a bit wise to it and do something about it. So now we have 7 and 37, and this guy's now got a few less options. He can't get an easy +3, and so this is 13 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's to there. So 37, as I say, could make a +2 block on here. I think it's possibly worth it. I don't know, I haven't really done the maths on it, but I will go for it +2, which does mean I need to throw away a card. And that's a partial success, which means these guys get a free half move. I'm going to use that to just move this guy 1, 2, 3. Seven and 51. So that is 11 and 8, which means this guy can step to there and with a block at +3, put him out of bounds. Oh, reroll that. And that's a success, but it's only a partial success, which means a free half activation before I then got 7's card up. So I could stand him up, or I could use it somewhere else. I think I'm just going to stand him up for his free half move, and then with 7's card, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. $33 and $40. So a roll off. That's 5 and 5. So 33 goes first, steps to there and does a +3 block. Yep, which means now my original plan was to get this guy to here and block here, which means he's then open and I can throw to him. But what cards do I have up next? I've got 51 up next, but I've used the other one. Did I accidentally throw the other one in to do the motion? Yeah, I did. I threw the other one in as the first card when I thought I was throwing away 55, the guy under the ball. That was foolish. So I think instead I'm just going to throw to 7. 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to be throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there is one card for a +1. And then I'm going to throw in 2 cards to get it to +2. Reroll. Ooh. And with a 10, oh no, it's only a partial success because it was rerolled. So in which case a free half move, oh, and also zone defender means he would have been there as well. So with a free half move, I'm going to move 51, 1, 2, 3, and that's pressure. And then 40 is on 55, +2 at the minute, and that makes it +3. So this guy can go 1, 2, 3, and tackle at +3. Yep. So that is then a 4th down here. That was a passing play for 2 cubes, and it ended via a tackle. Now it's a little bit awkward, I think, for the Broncos if they decide they want to be risky and go for the 4th down and try and run it in. Then they're still 20 yards out. Well, 15 yards. Yeah, still 15 yards out here. But I think they're going to go for it. they're going to go for it on 4th down. The problem is, I think if they do only go for the 1 point, only go for the field goal and score 3 points, then they're only going to be using up 1 time cube, which means then there's 5 time cubes left for Tridents to score. It's unlikely that they score, but they could do so by running the ball out, by using the timeouts, by throwing the ball a little bit more. I think if you're very frugal with how you use your time cubes, it's achievable. Whereas I think if Broncos go for the touchdown, then it'll probably take them most of the rest of the half to score it. So let's put 42. Let's put 55 under the ball again. Okay, and against them, let's go with 30. 33 is going to go on this side to deny that. Bit of a weird formation, but I'm basically just denying him any easy blocks. Okay, so to pick a play here, it's going to be I think maybe even motion 51 to here to start with. So that's before the snaps even happened. Which then means I can go with 33. Go with 33 a couple of times. Then 68. And let's go with let's go with 6 twice at that point. And then against them, let's go to 37. And then to 54. 60. Let's go 6. And then 51 and 7. Okay, and as I said, do a quick motion. I'm going to make sure I throw away 51's card this time. No, 55's card. Here's the guy under the ball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not going to do any responses from Tridents. Left this path here wide open, but not going to do anything about it. So 37 and 33. I think they're going to read and react to 51. So that's then a roll off. 6 and 7. So this guy can move and do a block at +2 at the minute. And then if I throw away 1, 2 cards, I'm at +3. It's just a partial. So with a partial, it's 1, 2, 3, and then with this card, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's pressure for 1, 2 cards gone. So 54 and 33. Roll off. 4 and 2. So that's then 9 and 5. So 54 can step to there and go for a block of +3. Yep. And with that being a success, this guy can then go for a tackle at +3. Yep. Now that was a play that never went past the line of scrimmage. It ended via a tackle, and that's it. However, that means that Broncos have not scored on that drive. They had one play that gained them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they had one play that gained them 45 yards, followed by a play that got them a loss of 15, followed by a play that got them a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35-yard gain, followed by a loss of 20. So it's been, they've shown they can go forwards, but I think Tridents have got quite a big blitz. Okay, so that's going to be a first down. It was a first down just here because it was right where the 20. Yes, right where the 2-yard, right where the second down marker was. So let's put 54 on the line. So if this first play lasts more than 2 cubes, then we would start to be looking at the end of the half. So I think they're probably going to try and plan a passing play, and probably it's going to have to be a passing play that ends by this guy running into running out of bounds. So I'm going to set up put him on there so he's up against him. My zone defender guy, nice and deep. It's a little bit weird, but I'm going to set up like that. So with the Tridents first then, I'm going to play 7. Now I'm going to use the special ability to give him a shake, I think. So I'm going to go with 7 followed by 7 again, followed by some play action. And I think we need the pass coming out around now, otherwise it's going to be the end of the half. So I'm going to pass at that point. Is it worth trying to get 63 also open? Yeah. Let's go with that. Okay, and for these guys, let's start with 33 and 51, and then we'll go back to 33 and then 42 and 55. Okay, so I'm going to throw away 3 cards to give a player an extra skill, and it's going to be to give this guy Shake. So let's see those first cards, 7 and 33. So this 7 wins it, 9 versus 5. Now, I think what I was originally thinking is you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, shake this guy, but of course then he can't move again, which means I'm looking for the bonus activation, and if I don't get the bonus activation, I've got nothing. My other option is to go down here and actually potentially get some good yardage on it and get it open. Now this guy's zone defender ability does mean he can cover these 3 spaces, but if I can get up to about here, then I'm in the clear. So yeah, let's go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then shake +2. So if I throw away 1, that's Henry's card, 1, 2 cards, that's then a +3. So we're like that. So a free activation is going to be with Henry taking the handoff, and I'm going to declare play action. So put an extra card in, make it +3, and he's going to, I'm going to select, this time it's a fake. He's going to take the handoff and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and with the free activation, this guy is going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which I think probably means I played 7's card in error. So 7 and 51. Oh, I still have 33's card to play there, but 33 is going to do nothing because of where they are. So 7 and 51. If he keeps on running, he's going to be out of range, which is the only problem. What's more is, as the defense, I'm just going to react. So we've got 7 and 7. So these guys win it. I think they're going to make them go first. So 1, 2, 3, you could stand there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's kind of the limit of his range. Not quite in for a touchdown. So I'm still going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's run to that point. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. $33 and 51. So roll off. So it's 11 and 4. I'm going to make the Bighorns go first, and they're going to use their adjustment marker and move this guy 1, 2, 3. So 51 can go 2, 4, 5 and run block. And to do a run block, I'm already at +1. Let's play 2 cards to make it +2. That's actually a fail, so I think whatever happens, it's probably going to be the end of this down. Probably. I think I'm just going to take it as a... and it's not worth using a reroll token for. So free activation is 1, 2, 3, and then that is pressure and a tackle attempt. He's got tackler, and he's also got driving tackle, which means I can push him back a space. And difference of 1, 2, that's +3. So it was successful, but the playmaker die didn't kick in, so it's just a tackle there. So that was 2 cubes because it passed the line of scrimmage, and 1 for an ending via a tackle. Half time is 7-0 to the Tridents. Second half is about to start, and it is going to be the Titans, the Tridents, kicking off to the Bighorns. So they're going to go for a deep kickoff and roll 2d6 because they have a kicker. Both the same, so no choice. And I'm going to roll 1 to see how far to return it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. It landed there and it was returned to there. So it's going to be a first down to the Bighorns, and they're starting quite a way back. So let's put the 5 under the ball, I think. I'll go with my 4s on the line. I'll go with 3 over here. Actually, I might even try putting like that. And then let's go with someone on the line. So let's do that. Oh, that's not legal. That is. Okay, so against this, let's go with 37 there. Now let's move them out an inch. Let's go with 44, 40 there, and then I'm going to set up with 54 and 51. And then I'm going to make sure these are quite a way back because of that 6. Yep, I'm happy with that. So let's pull these cards back into hand. And let's call a play. First of all, for the Bighorns, let's go with 33, who's got that matchup. And then let's go back to 33. See if I can get him beating up him and maybe get a throw to him, but then we've got this guy, so that makes it all a bit difficult. Why don't I run my 68 over and get him occupied first? And then I'll go to 45, and if all that hasn't worked, I'll go to 7. So for the Tridents, let's go with 37 first, and then let's go to, I think probably 54. If he's out of the way, then it becomes a favourable block there on this guy, and that opens you up right through to the QB. Let's go back to 37 again, and then we'll use 6 and 7. Okay, so I think I will do a motion. I'm just going to move him to there, and let's throw away that card. These guys maybe motion him to there. And again, just one card to throw away. So, snap the ball and turn over the first cards. 68 and 37. So, roll. That's 10 and 8. So I'll go first. Oh no, I'll make the other team go first. I'll make the Tridents go first. And I think I'll still take the block at +2. So, partial. I will follow up for it. Free half move. I could move this guy, but my plan really is to get this guy bogged down, so I don't think there's a lot of value in it. I will, however, move this guy, I think. It's 1, 2. Then this guy, with his card, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. So we've got 54 and 33. Okay, so that's 10 and 8. So this guy can come 1, 2, 3 and put a big hit on the number 7 at +3. That's a full success. So I just need some way of generating a free activation, and I think it's going to come from 44 on 55. He's already at +2, so if I just pull another 44 card, I'm at +3. And that's a full success. So then 54 can come in 1, 2, 3 and make a tackle, and that's also pressure. So grab 2 cards, and then the tackle is at +2. And it's a fail, so we'll throw in it may have ended up failing because I was using the wrong dice. Yep, second time around it works. Okay, so that was a play that never got out or past the line of scrimmage. It ended via a tackle, and so it's 3 keeps. Okay, so setting up for a second down here. It is not looking good. Or rather, it's not looking good for the Broncos. I imagine any fans of the Tridents will be jumping up and down with joy right now. Let's put him over that side. This guy is on the line of scrimmage and he's outside of the hash mark, so that's a legal formation. Okay, so haven't got that corner guy to go at now with a 5, so let's put my 37 over this side. And there, I think. So set up with a lot of my guys on the line. Just step him back an inch so that he's not going to be smashed by him too soon. Okay, and then let's call a play. Just weighing up options with this guy. I think I'm still going to go to 37 first, 33 first, and then double stack the 7s. We'll see if these 2 guys between them can generate enough running room for him. Either way, we'll then go back to 37 and then, or back to 33 and then on with number 42. So for the Tridents, so much of these 2 teams comes off the 3 just because of block party. And then I'll go with 40 and 6 and 63 and 7. Oops. Ah, that's something I didn't know. I've heard some people say about this bug where if you double click the play call button, it ends up putting them in the wrong order. Now I understand how it happens. However, fortunately, they're all fine for me to go like that. With the minor exception that it's on the wrong pile. Okay, so I'm going to just motion this guy to there. So that's 1 card thrown away. And I think I'm going to motion this guy to there as well, so that's a 2nd card. 2 players with each with a half move. So in response to that, this guy's got a couple of choices. He either steps back even further, or he just takes the hit knowing it's going to come. I think I will step him back and just throw away one card. Okay, flip the first cards. We've got 33 and 7. That's the wrong way around. Let's just do it this way. So 33 and 37. So a roll off. 5 and 4. So 37's got the choice of going first. I'll take the +2 on 68. And that's a full success. So follow-up activation will get an additional +2 bonus. Actually, I'm not going to follow up on it because that way 40 is already at full +3 on 45. And that makes that a partial. So with a partial, this guy can go 1, 2, and then with his card, I can move to there and block this guy at +3. And that's also a partial. So a free half move, and I think I move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4. So next cards 7 and 40. This is not good news if the 40 goes first. 12 and 5. He's very slow off the mark. So 7 is going to take the pitch and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 40 is just going to use the adjustment marker. This one obviously hasn't been used yet. And 40 can then move 2 spaces to there, and a free move for number 7, 1, 2, 3. And that's pressure, so that's one card gone. So we have 7 and we have 6. I'm going to read and react on that and change to 63. Flip that card and roll. Oops. And that's 11 and 10. So that's then going to be 3, 6, 7. And 63 can move 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, that's pressure. 33 and 63. So 8 and 5. 63 is going to step to there and go for a tackle. And if I throw away 2 cards, just thinking what 2 are most likely to be useless, I think probably the 51s. If I throw away 2 cards, I can then make a tackle at +2. Yep. So a rather more successful third down there. Oh, sorry, second down. Now that time it was a running play, 3 cubes, ended via a tackle, and that's it. There he is, hiding in the end zone. Okay, oops. So, next play. I'm going to put 33 over here. Again, he's got a couple of choices then. 44. Let's go with 54. 44. And let's set up like that. So play for the Bighorns is going to be with number 68, and then again with 68, trying to get him deep enough that this guy can't interfere. Then we'll go to 33. And 42. Oh, there's only 4 cards. If all that hasn't worked, we'll go to 7. Okay, so for the Tridents, let's go with 37 again. And then 40 back to 37, and then with 44 and I'm going to say 6. Okay, so I'm not going to do any motions this time. First cards, 68 and 37. Roll off, and they both did terribly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 33 is going to move to there and do a +2 at the minute. So I'm going to boost that and make it a +3 block on 45. So a +3 block. It's only a partial, so I do get a free half move. Just going to keep him going. $40 and 68. So 40's now not got the blocking opportunity that I thought he would have. I kind of maybe pushed him in the wrong direction. If I'd stood where I was, I could have pushed him to there. But never mind. So 40 and 68. Could read and react with the Tridents. But that means burning through even more cards, and they're already burnt through more than the opposition. I'm going to leave it as it is. So that is then 8 and 7. So I'm going to make these guys go first. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's just within range still. So you can move 3 spaces to here and then throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Spot on. So I'm just going to stay where I am. Tempted to do nothing with him. because I think there are a lot of ways I could make it worse. So 37 and 33. The two thugs on the team. And Tridents win the roll-off, and they're going to go 1, 2, and smash this guy at +3. Yep, which means a free activation, and that can be with this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then I've got the 33 over here, and he's going to move to here and put a block on this guy +2 at the minute. So if I boost it, and I'm going to boost it with just that card. So boost it makes it +3, and that's only a partial, which unfortunately means that this guy can step 1, 2 and put a pressure on there. So 42 and 44. 6 and 3, so 10 and 7. So 44 is here, and 42 is this guy. I think I'm gonna go first with the 44 and step up, and that's already at +1 because of the teammate, +2 with that card, and then if I throw away 2 cards, 1, 2, I can get it to +3. Only a partial though. Kind of reliant on that working. So then with a free half move, this guy could move to there. Is there a better option? I think actually I moved to there. Okay. Oh, and 42, the other card that was there. So 42 is going to come back to here, I think, to there. So next cards, we've got 7 and we've got 6. 6 is over here, and 7 is kind of no man's land a little bit. That's 10 and 8. So the 6 can come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not as good as I'd hoped, but I'm going to do that. And then 7 has kind of had his options cut down a bit. I think he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Tridents are definitely going to pick 6, and I think these guys are going to go with their 6 as well. So let's flip them over and roll off. So I won the roll. I think I'm going to try being a bit cheeky. This guy's going to move into there and do a Duke on 37. So that's at +3. So move to there, and he's going to follow. No, actually I want to be moving corner to corner, so I'm going to move back to where I was, and he's going to follow. Now I can't move again, which is a slight downside, but this guy can step up into a block there at +3. So if I throw away 2 cards, that can get it up to +3. Which means with a free activation, 7 could take the pitch. 3, 6, an evens block. Well, this guy could go to there. So I'm going to go to there and do a block at +3. That worked again. So then step in here again, and is it worth it? Yeah, I've got to get the activation back onto 55. So a block again at +2. So let's throw away 1, 2 cards to make this. Well, no, I can do it this way. Rather than using cards, let's just instead activate 6 again. Duke on this guy at +3. It's only a partial this time, so I'm going to step to here, which means he moves up, and then with the extra move I'm going to step to there. So a free half move for the... Oh no, that's a bad idea then. So a free half move for these guys is going to be with this guy. 1, 2, 3. I was looking to try and get the pass away to him, get him running. But I think, given how long's left, how many few cards I've got, I think it would be going to a 4th down situation either way. So 6 for his card is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's then pressure. So there's 1, 2 more cards. So 6 is in a world of problems now. I think I'm still going to go to 6 next. And I'm going to go to $63. So roll off. So 12 and 7. So 6 is going to duke on 37 at +2. And that's a success, but only a partial. So he steps to there and he moves into that space. So that's unfortunately all 6 movement used. Free half move is that, and that's going to cause pressure. So then for 63's card, I'm not able to get anyone else into contact, but that is going to cause a tackle because the Broncos are out of cards. I suppose in that case I do have the option of going for a cheeky hit on 45, throwing in 2 extra cards and that card and a teammate, so it's a +3 but -2 because of the difference. This is then +1. No, failed it. So a free activation for the Broncos would be to... I could duke again with 6. He's at +3 on this guy. I will do. So +2 on this guy because of the teammate. +2. Yeah. And actually, that's another full success, which means 55 is going to take their pitch. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just when I said there was absolutely no danger in trying to create a free activation, we end up with 55 tumbling to the ground, tripping over his own feet, and ending the play there. So it was a running play, although it wasn't, it was a forward pitch, so actually it's 2 cubes. And then we had 1 for the tackle and 1 for it ending by them running out of cards, and 1 because it went over the first 5 cards. So that does bring up the end of the quarter. End of the quarter there. And I know this is 4th down territory, but I think Broncos' best chance is to score. They either go for the 4th down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's 35 yards they need. Either go for it on 4th down, or they try and get the 3 points and then try the onside kick. I think I'm going to go for the 3. I don't much like either option. So that was 10. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They were successful with the 3. And that was 1 cube. So, onside kick, and these guys are expecting it. So, yep, it went the right amount of distance. So, on the roll off, because they are expecting it, the Tridents are going to break ties. And they win it anyway. So, the ball went from here. 1, 2, 3. And it will be a 1st down. Sorry, from there, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 1st down here. That was quite unlucky, considering it went the right amount of distance. It could so easily have been. The onside kick odds in this game are a little bit different to real life. They mirror it ever so slightly. Well, they mirror it in the sense that teams do better when it's a surprise onside kick. But as with real life, the odds of actually working are fairly low, whether it's expected or not. So it works out as being about 31%, I think, if it's expected. Sorry, if it's not expected, and about 22% if it isn't. Sorry, if it is expected. So it's not without merit for trying it, but it's, I suppose it's just like real life. It's desperate times, desperate measures. 6, and we'll put 37, 63, and 7. So a blitz against these guys is going to come from 33 on 63, and then 45, 42. In fact, let's put him on that side so he's cutting his options off. This guy having rush against him makes that a little bit more awkward. And still gotta have someone else there. So let's go. Then these 2 guys deep. him having zone defender is extremely useful. So I'm quite happy with that formation. Let's pick a play. For the Tridents, let's go with 37. I might actually motion him and then smash this hole. So 37 and then 44 back to 37, and then I'm going to double stack 51. So for a play against them, let's go with 33. No, let's start with 51 and then 33 and then back to 51. We'll go with 55, hoping he's got that option, and I think probably 6. So I will just do what I suggested. I'm going to throw away 2 cards. It's going to be 1 and 2, and then I can move this guy 1, 2 to there, and move this guy 1, 2 to there. So 51 and 37. So that's 7 and 10. 1, 2, and a block there. So because of rush, the difference is inverted. So that's actually a +1, +2 because of the teammate. And then if I throw away 2 cards, I can get it to +3. So a +3 block. Only a partial success. No follow-up either. So free half move for these guys is going to be with this guy to there. So for the 37 card, let's go. I've now got 2 options I can go towards. Let's go for 37, and that's a block at +3. Oof. So free activation, this guy's going to take the ball and go 1, 2, 3, 4, block at +3. Ooh, reroll that. It's only a partial still though. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So a free half move. Can't actually do much other than stand him up. So now we've got 44 and 33. I think this is probably going to be the end of this play. So roll off. 10 and 10 and 7. So 44 is going to go for a block on 51, because otherwise 33 is just going to make the tackle. So that is +2 overall. And it works. Which means this guy can't actually move because he is a 5, and it would take 5 points of movement to move out. So I'm going to use the free activation with 37. Go 1, 2, and that's then a +3 block. That works. So with the free activation, 51 would be moving 3, 4, 5, but he's still just going to get tackled by this guy. Is it worth me making a hit on him? I don't think it is. So that's 3. Actually, if I move to there, that's 3, 4, 5, but I now can't be tackled. This guy could just go 2, 3, and then that's pressure. So 37 and 51. So that's 10 and 5. So 51 is going to move 2, 3, 4 and put some pressure on. And then 37 is going to step to there and do a block at +3. That knocks him over. So then that's 3 to there. If I've remembered right, I've now got 51 double stacked. So this is going to be bad news. So these guys are going to have to read and react to this guy. They win the roll off. 1, 2. Actually, if I move 1, yeah, I can't really even get to there. But if I move 2 with him and then use the adjustment, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 51. I'm going to go for the block on 6. I think I'm at I'm +0 at the moment because of him. But if I add in an extra 2 cards, I can get it to +1. Do also have trucks, so need to remember to throw in the extra die. Okay, so at +1, and the truck does trigger, so I push him back and flip him, and then I can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a free half move because it was only a partial. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've got 6 and 51, which I think means they have to read and react to 7, and they kind of have to be getting extremely lucky here. So they've done the first part, they won the roll off. Now I've got to play 7's card and then 2 other cards to get it to being an even roll. Nope, failed it. So these guys are in. So that was a running play. It didn't go over the first 5 cards, it didn't end fire a tackle, and so that's it. The Tridents are then going to go for a field goal. So that is 3 dice. Sorry, not field goal, 1 point conversion. So they got it, and that is then 14-3. 14-3 in the third quarter. So Tridents now to kick off the ball, and they are going to go deep again. I need a second die. And they're going to go with a 1, so the ball ends right in the end zone. And the Bighorns therefore get it on the 35. Obviously Bighorns don't really have a way back in at this point. Theoretically it's possible. If they can score very, very quickly, it would be some sort of miracle comeback. They'd have to score, then get the onside kick, and then score again. And without having Aaron Rodgers, I don't think it's possible. Although I say that as a Green Bay fan. I think, if I'm being brutally honest, I think Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback in the league at the minute. And of course, you know, Lamar Jackson won the MVP, so can't really forget him either. Okay, so let's set up like that. Let's take all these cards back. There are defensive skills in this game as well as being offensive skills. You've seen in this game we've had two players who've had zone defender. There are also lockdown, man defender, blitz. I mean, this guy, where was he? Von Miller has got rush, driving tackle, and tackler. But there are other defensive skills that are to do with movement. So man defender is to do with movement. Lockdown obviously stops other players moving around you as easily. And then defensive adjustment enables you to get players towards the ball carrier, effectively making an adjustment without using the adjustment marker. So there are quite a lot of ways, quite a lot of skills that are particularly designed for stopping the run. And I think a team that was stacked with a couple of skills for stopping the run would probably be able to shut Henry down far more effectively than the Broncos, who have got more to do with passing defense and blitzing. Well, I say blitzing, he is very good at it as a tackler, but yeah. Okay, so let's call a play. Let's go with 7. Try and run him over here. Go with 33. And then I'm going to go to 42. Back to 33. And if all that fails, I'll probably be giving up at this point. But I'll go with 45. Actually, no, I'll tell you what, I will try and stack it with the assumption that I've managed to get a pass away to 7. Okay, so for the Tridents, let's start with 37. Make a big block here. And then I'll go to 54, back to 37, back to 54, and then to 6. Okay, and I'm not going to do any motion. Got 7 and 37. Roll the dice. So that's 8 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then with 37, I'm going to move 1, 2, and do a block at +3. Oops. It's only a partial, which means this guy can move 2, 3, 4. Now if I move to there instead, I'm out of the range of this. So I think I'll do that. 54 and 33. So that's 6 and 6. This guy's going to move 1, 2, make a block there of +3. Let's push him that way. Then this guy can come 1, 2, 3 and throw the ball to 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's 2 cards. And then if I can find 2 other cards to throw away, I can make it a +3 throw. And that makes it a 10. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so panic stations. I think 54's turn. Oh, and the free 1, 2, 3. Free half move for the guy with the zone defender. So 7 and 54. 54's turn, he's going to use the adjustment and move 1, 2, 3, and 7 can move 1, 2, 3, 4. So next cards 37 and 33. These guys are going to read and react. And I'm not going to change with Broncos. So that's 11 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pressure. And then 33 can move 1, 2 and put a +3 block on him. And with that full success, he can step in 3, 4, 5 for the touchdown. Okay, so as much as I said I didn't think it was likely, I then managed to score. Just 2 cubes, and they're going to go for a 1-point conversion. And success. So that makes it 10 and 14. Okay, obviously the onside kick again. Doesn't go the right distance this time. So it starts on the 35 and moves 1 to there. So now they really need an interception and then a touchdown. Or, yeah, no, it's got to be an interception. Or a fumble of some kind. I think that pretty much wraps up the game. Barring some kind of miracle. It is now a little bit easier for teams to sort of take a knee. So for instance, if I wanted to, as the Tridents, I could just find a way of going to ground, and each time I'm burning 3 cubes before I get past the line of scrimmage, I'll use up the cards. So it's just a little bit easier. I think that therefore puts the pressure on these guys to blitz hard and cause a tackle. So I'm going to put 33 here, put 4 and 4, try and put the 51 opposite 37 because I know he's got rush. And I'm happy with that. Okay, so calling a play for the Tridents first. Let's go with 7. He's my guy with catch. Although this guy's got his own defender, and there is a bit of space over here, so I might actually run a bit of a slant route. We'll see how that works. And I'll go with 7 again. And then I'm going to go with 37, 44, and of course I'm going to go with 51. And then on this team, let's go with 33, 42, 51, 51, and then back to 33. Okay, I'm not going to do any motions. We're at 5 and 3. Oh, I haven't drawn the cards yet. So 7 and 33. So this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's next to this guy, so even that's the third diagonal. 6, 7. Oh, no. Just going to stay there. So then 33 on 40 is a +2. So I'm going to boost it with 2 cards to make it +3. So I push him to there. So free activation with this guy. 1, 2, and a +3 on 37. Knocks him over. Quite useful. 42 on 54 is then at +3. Knocks him over. And a full success. And then this guy can move 1, 2, 3, 4. It's driving tackle, not diving tackle, so you can't then tackle, but that is nonetheless pressure. And that card's gone. So we've got 7 and we've got 42. Roll off. And that's 8 and 7. So this guy can go first. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that guy was 42. So 42 can step to there. And I think actually I'm better off going 1, 2, 3, 4, just standing there. 37 and 51. 37 is this guy who's been knocked over, and 51 is obviously in prime position. So, roll off. So that's 7 and 4. I'm going to then boost it to make it a +2 tackle. And it's a driving tackle, so I roll the extra die. And that pushes him back then, and oops, no, it didn't trigger. So it's just a tackle there. It's rather unfortunate. I think what they needed there was a fumble. However, that's 2 cubes for the play that didn't go past the line of scrimmage, and they can use their timeout to make sure we can serve the clock and try and somehow force a fumble or something. So a second down is going to be there. I think given how long's left and given how far I am away from scoring, I think they're probably just going to kill the clock. So let's put 7 there. They'll have the faster initiative and will therefore be able to take the ball and go to ground quickly. Then let's put 33, 45, 42. I'm going to go with 51 over here on this guy. Oh, I need someone else on the line. That's now legal, but he's not going to go there. Okay, so for the Tridents, let's just play 7, and I'm going to move him forward 1, 2, 3, and then use his half move to go to ground, which is going to end up using up 3 cubes. So I can prove that I can kill the clock this way, or we can just play it out. But I think the final score, either way, even if I use 2 cubes because they play a timeout cube, I think that would still be 2 cubes and then 2 cubes, and it will kill the clock. And that'll be it. So that will be the end, however it works. So 14-10